They said he was too old to change, too late to dream. But at 70 years old, George Parker proved that success doesn't care about age. This is the story of a man who started from nothing, at an age when most people stopped trying. George Parker lived his entire life in a small town in Ohio. He wasn't famous, rich, or special. He was just ordinary. Every morning, George woke up before sunrise, drove his old blue pickup truck to a small auto repair shop, and spent 10 hours fixing engines. For 50 years, he did the same thing, 5 days a week, no vacations, no complaints. He married young, built a simple life with his wife, Martha, and dreamed one day of retirement. Maybe fishing by the lake, maybe painting again like he did in high school. But dreams, as George learned, don't always fit inside a paycheck. Bills came first. Dreams had to wait. In his late 60s, George's life took a painful turn. Martha fell ill. Years of hospital visits, medical bills, sleepless nights. He sold their car, then their furniture to pay for her treatment. When she passed away, the house felt empty. The silence was louder than ever. For the first time in his life, George had nothing to wake up for. He spent his days staring out the window, watching kids play outside, wondering if life had passed him by. Then one rainy afternoon, while cleaning the attic, George found an old wooden box. Inside, a dusty sketchbook filled with drawings he made when he was 17. Pencil sketches of cars, faces, sunsets, dreams he had forgotten. He smiled for the first time in months. That night, he made a promise to himself. I may be 70, but I'm not done yet. The next morning, George drove to a dollar store, bought cheap paints, brushes, and a few canvases. He set up a small table by the window and began to paint. First, it was awkward. His hands trembled, his eyes strained, and the colors looked messy. But every day he got a little better. He spent hours watching free art tutorials on YouTube. He'd pause, rewind, sketch, erase, try again. One day, his neighbor, a young college student, saw his paintings and said, "You should post these online, Mr. Parker. People will love them." He laughed. Who'd want to see art from an old man? But that night, he created an Instagram account at Art by Grandpa George. He posted one photo, then another, then a video of himself painting. First, just a few likes, then a few comments, then something changed. One of George's paintings, an old man watching a sunrise, struck a chord online. It went viral. People across America started sharing it with captions like, "This man reminds me that it's never too late to dream." Within a week, his page had over 200,000 followers. News channels picked up the story. Local reporters came to his home. They called him the grandpa who never gave up. Soon, George was invited to display his work at a local art gallery. When his first painting sold for $5,000, he cried quietly. Not because of the money, but because someone saw value in something he made with his heart. He started donating a portion of his earnings to local art schools, helping kids who couldn't afford supplies. Then he began teaching community classes, free lessons for anyone who wanted to learn. He became a local hero, proof that you can start over, no matter your age, no matter your past. At 70 years old, George Parker found what many never do: purpose. He taught the world that life's best chapters aren't written in youth. They're written in courage. So if you think it's too late, you're wrong. If you think you're too old, you're not. All it takes is one decision to begin again. Because dreams don't have an age limit, they only need belief. Subscribe to Learnora for more real stories that prove it's never too late to start again.